guess at this point you could say you know the drill. This is the with chain archetype, a series of 4 trap cards in total, and we'll be looking at 3 of them because the 4th one is already a part of the Red Eyes archetype, which I covered earlier. And of course the with chain archetype was used by Janucci in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. And this is, like I said, a series of trap cards whose naming convention is that it's something with chain. And of course, the meta applicability of these is not very prevalent. But yeah, well, I was just randomly browsing, feeling bored, and I just stumble upon these cards, and they're suddenly treated as an archetype. So I'll cover them on this show that covers archetypes, known as archetype analysis. And this is somewhat of an excuse so I can provide a certain update without having to do a separate video about it. And I picked a very short video. There's another archetype analysis coming that's slightly bigger, so I thought of doing it there, but this is a short video, so let's spice it up a bit by having it be an archetype analysis and an update video at the same time. Anyway, let's start off with the very first card of this set of cards, Kunai with Chain. Activate one or both of these effects simultaneously. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and change it to defense position, and you can target a face-up monster you control and equip this card to it, and it gains 500 attack. Yeah, this is among some of the very first trap cards ever present in the game, and back then this card was actually really neat because you get to stop an attack and flip a monster into defense mode, and defense points were usually drastically lower than attack points, and you get a 500 boost on top of it all. You can also, again, use only one of these effects if you ever so desire. For example, only use the attack boost when someone is not attacking. But usually you were saving it for when you were about to stop an attack. But nowadays this is just barely worth looking at, let alone running, so yeah. Only one card from this archetype is even remotely considered alright, but yeah, that's about the most relevant thing I can say about this card in particular. Next up we have Spike Shield with Chain, and it's about the same level of quality as the previous card. And this allows you to target a face-up monster on the field and equip this card to it. It gains 500 attack, and if the equipped monster attacks or is attacked while in defense position, it gains defense equal to its attack during damage calculation only. Now this would actually be alright if it actually allowed the monster to be flipped to defense mode when it was being attacked. So you could basically quickly shift it to defense mode and get a very beefy defending wall at the same time. And if Super Heavy Samurai had any focus on back row at all, I would actually consider this to be a very decent tech choice for Super Heavy Samurais, but it's not. And yeah, it's not as good as the original Kunai with Chain, ironically enough, so yeah. And now we move on to the final card of this archetype, the only card that is remotely considered worth running, and that is Blast with Chain. Target one face-up monster you control and equip this card to that target, and it gains 500 attack. And if this card is destroyed by a card effect while equipped, target one card on the field and destroy it. Okay, so this one is good because not only is it a 500 attack point boost, which is again the least memorable aspect of the card, but the second effect is what makes this card really good. And this is actually somewhat of an older card, and meaning it had some meta prevalence due to its secondary effect, since if the opponent runs over your monster, you'll get to pop a card, any card, not the attacking monster, just like Maneater Bug had the effect. Although Maneater Bug could also pop any monster on the field, regardless of if it was the one that just run your monster over, or regardless of the position the monster was in. Not to mention, you can also pop this thing with your own card effects, meaning you can basically turn a random MST into a free field pop. So yeah, this is a card that was very worth considering in way slower formats, but nowadays, I mean, it can be a somewhat of an interesting tech choice in stuff like Metal Foes, which heavily revolve around destroying their own cards, but there are, again, very few decks that benefit from running this, so the best we can do is appreciate and how good it used to be. And now for the grading scale, listen, it's pretty obvious that everything gets a 1 out of 3, except for the versatility. I'm actually gonna cut some slack here and give versatility a 2 out of 3 because of how good Kunai with Chain used to be, and that Blast with Chain today can certainly find its place in some very niche decks in order to relive its glory days, I guess. So yeah, and that was the with chain archetype. And like I said, I have another archetype analysis planned for most probably tomorrow. But as for this update, well, I am actually nearing 900 subscribers, which is certainly like over the top amazing. And as a celebration, I decided to actually clean up my videos from copyright. Due to the fact that I've already made 3 videos in a row where I've won the dispute, where the company behind the copyright dispute didn't even do anything. They didn't even lift a single finger. I'm talking about my 3 character duels videos, and the 4th one is gonna be up free of copyright in 3 days. So I thought I'm gonna do to all of my 72 copyright claimed videos that I have currently at the time of this video's upload. I've actually managed to clear out 3 of them by replacing the copyrighted music, and yeah, it wasn't crucial for the that music to remain in the video, so I chose that method. But for all the other ones, I'm gonna have to go the long way and actually file disputes. So yeah, I'm actually preparing for that, and I probably will not be uploading for that period because it's a very tricky period indeed. But I will upload a few videos. Like I said, the only videos that are actually incoming in a very short time frame is the next archetype analysis, like I said, and the archetype rematch volume 7 is on the way. I still need, I think, 6 cards for the volume to be complete and ready to go, and by the looks of the cards we actually got in that volume, it's promising to be one of the better volumes to date. And yeah, let's pray to God we get something else that is just as grand as all the other stuff we got. Uh, let's hope it's Fortune Ladies. I would kill to have 6 new Fortune Lady cards. Anyway, that was the with chain archetype. Stay tuned for the next archetype analysis, which will be arriving very soon. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more vids, books, and updates. Comment, like, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my Patreon when you got the time. When you maybe drop a few donations if you feel like it. And as usual, I'll upload the next vid whenever I can. So see you all and have a good day. Peace.